Hello everyone, welcome back to another vlog. It's about 5 a.m. in the morning and today we are heading to Hyderabad. It is roughly about 700 kilometers from my place and we are estimating to cover this distance in about 8 to 9 hours. Let's go! It was a clear day and the drive was pretty smooth as the roads were too good. We drove for about 2 hours and we reached Nellore, which is roughly about 130 kilometers from Chennai. We were all so famished, we decided to have a breakfast break. We detoured from the highway and got into Nellore town, hoping to find a good place for breakfast. Had it not been this early, I would have never got into this town fearing traffic. Loitering for about 10 to 15 minutes, we came across Anand Bhavan, which is one of the reputed names in South India. It was around 7:30 in the morning and no much of crowd was expected, which is otherwise not the case. We all ordered assorted vegetarian breakfast, which was awful, and this particular branch of Anand Bhavan didn't live up to its name. The place was otherwise tidy and they had a snack counter and a fresh fruit counter like any of their other franchises. We started driving further, hoping to cover a distance of about 450 kilometers in another 6 hours. The drive was scenic, smooth and pleasant. The suddenly planned short trip was for a day and had no agenda at all. The whole idea is to unwind, rejuvenate and relax. You can see a lot of work happening on the highway with a lot of cattle, and this poses a major threat for the commuters. As we were enjoying our drive, we almost reached Telangana and we were roughly about 100 kilometers short of Hyderabad. It was about 2 p.m. and we were all famished and we all wanted to stop for lunch. And that's the famous Ramoji Film City. 80 kilometers short of Hyderabad, we spotted Pista house and we all made up our mind to have a lunch here. It was reasonably a big place which had a bakery, 2-level restaurant and lodging as well. As it was lunchtime, the crowd was just picking up and we all wanted to be out before the crowd picks up. The biryani that we had ordered was irresistible and was to die for. And that was mutton shorba, which was just cooked perfect. We thoroughly enjoyed our lunch along with some Indian bread and raita. We were all craving for some nice halim and as per the staff it was only made available for dinner. We started going around the place and realized the crowd has started picking up. After making up our mind to have some dessert, we came down and we started exploring the bakery which was at the ground level. As you can see, they had some packed food and in-house desserts. The desserts were quite appealing and we were all contemplating about our choices. After contemplating for quite some time, we decided to settle down with custard apple based and dry fruit based desserts. They both were looking quite inviting and wholesome. It was quite exceptional and we all enjoyed sharing and tasting it. We still had about an hour's drive to cover and this time it was through the thick of the traffic. We have finally reached after a long drive of about 8.5 hours. The property was huge and awesome, and we were all looking forward to have a memorable time. The check-in process finally got over around 3 p.m. and we were all so exhausted. As expected, the room was spacious and tidy. Though I was not very convinced with the cleanliness of the bath area. The bathtub with the red LED on the top just stood out. Would really appreciate all your thoughts about this place in the comment section. Like any other star hotel, they had all the standard amenities. For our stay, we had booked 2 similar rooms. And I was so thrilled for the view, and as expected, it was panoramic, no complaints at all. It's a pool view overlooking the lake. As it was a long, tiring drive, we decided to call it a day. After a sound sleep, we managed to get up a little early in the morning and we headed for the breakfast. The breakfast had South Indian, American, continental and Asian spread. The breakfast also had high protein sprouts for our health freaks. Assorted cereals just in case if somebody opts for a light breakfast. We assorted our breakfast as we didn't want to miss out on anything. The breakfast was sumptuous, and before venturing out, I wanted to explore the property a little bit more. As it was planned to be a short and a relaxing trip, we didn't have any agenda for the day. After some street shopping at Charminar, we headed to Shortttt for lunch. Known for its Hyderabadi delicacies, it was slightly crowded and we had to wait for about 5 minutes. We ordered for some special in-house Hyderabadi chicken curry, some Indian bread and some mutton boti kebab. The meat was perfectly marinated, extremely tender, and it just slipped without even me having to bite. And of course, being in Hyderabad, any meal is incomplete without biryani. We thoroughly enjoyed our meal, so much so we realized we overate. And the dessert, which had jalebi and malai as its major base, was to die for. The next morning, we were all set to head back after having a quick breakfast. As we had to bypass the traffic, we were the first to be in the banquet. The buffet was only half open and we managed to grab whatever we could. And we had a straight 6-hour beautiful scenic drive on a bright sunny day. 130 kilometers short of Chennai, we halted here for lunch. This place was Sri Krishna Grand, which had a huge car parking, quite private. They have both vegetarian and non-vegetarian to offer. We opted to have a vegetarian thali along with some fried chicken. The meal was sumptuous and the entire property is underrated only because of its location. The tariff was nominal and the entire staff was quite courteous. Leave your thoughts about the short trip in the comment section and like, share and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you all in the next vlog. Till then, stay blessed. Bye bye.